Buenos días, it's Nico. Today we're dressed festive for like Halloween and scary stuff, you know. I am an incubus. But no, today we're gonna talk about a scary subject. You wanna hear it? You ready for it? Ignore the like cheap little plastic string that keeps popping off, by the way. $4. Can't judge it. But today's topic is going to be DL men. Also, first I got the mason jar because you know. But also y'all told me to wear like the more revealing costume, and now I have the sniffles, so I'm gonna partially blame you. If you catch me like occasionally looking to the side, I'm getting a notification on Twitter. But okay, let's get started. It would be actually dishonest for me to just completely condemn DL men and, you know, just ignore their plight, because I do understand. I mean, when I was younger and I was like visibly gay, you know, I kind of didn't see the point of being DL. But as I get older, I understand the secrecy that's kind of needed, just because even when you're older, if you come out, your life can completely like flip around. So I see that now once I do like the deep inspection of it. Oh, also I got a haircut, so I'm not I'm not wearing the hat this time. But yeah, I understand their plight, but we also need to understand that there are different situations and different levels of DL men. So if we're gonna be talking about DL men, we need to take into consideration the ones that stay single. You know, they stay single, they may have a beard, put on a facade. Those I understand. Those, they're capable of going into gay spaces and then going back into straight spaces when it suits them best, when it's more convenient for them, you know? And I understand that. Like I said, you can lose friends, you can lose family, and not everything has to come from a financial standpoint. Like, some jobs can't fire you because you're, you know, a homosexual. That's not the case in every state, but sometimes it's not just about the money. Sometimes it's about the life around your workspace. So I understand that, but I personally would not date a DL man. I spent so many years in the closet, and I'm finally comfortable enough to get out and be who I actually am. I wouldn't be able to condense myself and only be a situationship where you only see this person like on the weekends or at 11 o'clock. You don't go out, you always go to the apartment. I can't do that at 23. It's just, I can't do that. But I understand that they do want companionship, they do want to keep their family and their social ties, but I can't do that. On the other hand, there are DL men that will both condemn homosexuals and also have sex with them while having a full-on wife and family, and I don't support that. I don't support that shit. I'm sorry, I don't care about your situation. If you are in a relationship, you should not be creeping on the down low to try to sleep with somebody else. If you're single, that's your own prerogative. But if you're opening both your wife to possible diseases, your sexual partners to possible diseases, it's just unfair to the other person involved. So what? No. No. Other than that, I mean, DL men, I personally believed before, like, I actually took the deep inspection, that after 25, you have no real reason, if you're like living on your own and have your own career, to be DL. But like I said, situations are different. I don't believe they should be demonized, but I believe they should be avoided. Unless you're both DL and you're both risking your families and stuff like that, that's on y'all. But openly gay men, listen to me. I've been in a situation where DL men have talked to me. You don't feed into it. You don't feed into it, because when you do, you're not giving yourself what you deserve. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have to live in the shadows. You won't be able to actually proclaim your love for this person. You won't be able to post them on social media. You're going to be their side piece, in theory, like their little plaything. Even if it is, oh, I really care about you. Oh, I really love you. you will not be able to reciprocate that in public. You will be a secret, and I don't believe that's fair to anybody involved, you know? Like I said, they have their own lives, they have their own risks, they have their own, you know, whatever. But at the same time, you deserve your own happiness. If you're comfortable living in the shadows, if you're comfortable, like, I understand if, say, he's DL and you live in a homophobic part of town. So either way, it wouldn't be beneficial. I guess that's up to you at that point. But it's just not being fair to you. You deserve more than that, you know? No one deserves to be a secret. But, you know what? It's ultimately your decision. That's just me. I believe that you deserve more than that. DL men, like I said, the social ties, the possible jobs, the possible housing, the turning of friends and family, I understand that. I understand why you stay in the closet, but at the same time, you cannot expect someone to be a secret for you. You cannot expect someone to be at your beckon and call. You know, is that what it's? Beckon and call? Beckon and call? My English is not the best. But like I said, you cannot expect someone to be a secret plaything that you only visit like every other weekend. It's not fair to them. People have emotions. I understand DL men do have emotions, even though when they're trying to keep it on the DL, they're usually wrapped in that toxic masculinity where you cannot actively express emotion. They still do have emotions. Everyone has emotions, so emotions should be taken into consideration on both sides. I personally would not advocate for open gay guys, LGBT members to date someone on the DL. It's just not beneficial, not to mention it can turn violent. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody else, but when somebody has something to lose, they may do crazy stuff. Like you see a lot in the media about these homosexual attacks. It's just a danger that we don't need to put ourselves in. You know what I mean? It's just something that we don't need to actively put ourselves in if we have the choice. But that's my opinion on that. I recorded this late again, but I had to get it out before like the sniffles got bad and I couldn't speak or something. So see y'all next time. Oh, I shook the camera. Oh, dang. It's still like this third click.